Hello survivors and welcome to another video. In today's video we are going to be playing on the Pyromancer with thrust only skills, and the reason for that is the Pyromancer doesn't have thrust, and thrust is quite a unique skill tagging. I know a lot of people don't like the Legionnaire or the Assassin, and they are actually thrust masters. So let's get straight into it with our runes. We are running multicast mastery, skill mastery thrust, skill inclination thrust, adrenaline, and unconventional start. We are using his third weapon just because of all the stats. We don't need the body mass. That's not really that important. So straight into curse 7. Let's see if we can do it. Now, if we do start off, let's say if we had like just shield wall over here and nothing else, we would then reset the run just so we are able to start off with an actual skill that deals damage. So we are going to lock the shield wall, go with Jupiter Spear, and let's get going. So one of the cool things about the Pyromancer is in his most recent skill tree, the Ascension skill tree, we do get the fire shield for free, which is really cool. We do get like some little form of damage, which actually means we could start off with shield wall or one of the buffs, because we do have some form of damage, and that is coming from the shield wall. I mean the firewall. I did actually forget about that. So if we do get let's say a shield wall or something like that as a first skill only, you can grab it just based off of the going from the leftmost active skill in terms of choice options. So if we do grab it, it is going to have to be there. We do have to take that instead of the the huge recklessness. That huge recklessness could come and bite us back in the butt, but it's okay. We should be fine. We should be good. There's a thrust with sinister strike, apply hemorrhage if we're only behind them, which is not the greatest, but it does have a little bit of a slight knockback. I don't know if anyone's ever noticed that. That, as well as ravaging strike also has a knockback to it, but sinister strike's knockback is not as prevalent as the other one. But there's a nice multicast over there. We do get a juicy radiant light over here. That is actually huge. So if we get a cooldown on radiant light cast frequency, then we will be in a fantastic spot. I believe we do need to get it down to, I think, like 5 or 4.5 seconds for it to be up all the time, or just under 5 seconds, and then we've got our radiant light up all the time. And you could even just do this with radiant light and you'll be in a fantastic spot. So over here, eviscerate, again a really terrible one, but not like we're doing any bleed or hemorrhaging, so it's not the end of the world. It just means it's kind of like a wasted skill over there. And over here we got no thrust skills, so we have to go there, and we got ourselves rupture, fantastic skills. So we got dazed, we got disoriented, we've got exposed, we've got quite a lot of juicy effects going on the characters, so we should be able to deal some huge amounts of damage while playing. So we'll see what happens though. Anything can happen. We could just randomly step on a boss's face and die, so we do just still have to be careful even when we are very strong currently with what we have. So damage increases and area, that's fantastic, and then also the movement speed is going to be very good over here. But getting that very early relentless would have been fantastic for us as well. Unfortunately, we were unable to get it, but we are going to pick up our birds now, the Draconic Flame. That's just going to help us deal melting to the bosses as well, which means that they're going to die relatively quickly, or we're going to try and kill them relatively quickly. It doesn't mean they're going to die relatively quickly, but we can certainly try and do it. There's one down. Our Draconic Flame is over, and we only killed one of the bosses during the actual fight. We can get area of effect. I don't think we need duration for this. We just need more cast frequency. Cast frequency on Rupture is perfect. Damage over there. I think the multi we can actually lock them both because we have more locks. That's perfect. And then potency on the shield wall as well. So I think we're in a fantastic spot this run so far. And I think the exposed with the Storm of Spears, or Jupiter Spears, sorry, is actually going to be very, very strong. So let's see where that takes us. I completely forgot about Radiant Light being thrust, and that's going to be a complete change on how we see this going. So there are actually a lot more strong thrust skills out there than what I realized originally. I know in the beginning I said, you know, thrust is weak and a lot of people don't like them. I completely forgot about Radiant Light, so I do apologize to all of you lovers of Radiant Light. I myself do find it to be quite a favorite skill. So anyway, that happened. Grab slow over there. We got area of effect for thrust. We don't need the multicast for eviscerate, so we're going to lock that. We're going to grab the crit. Ooh gosh, okay, we're going to lock that as well, and let's keep going. So we're locking a bit. I don't think we have any locks left, unfortunately. Not really an end of the world. I think we've used them relatively well, and even if we haven't used them relatively well, at least we got some really good bonuses or skills out of it. So that put us in a really good place for that. And you can actually see how big our Radiant Light is getting now with the area of effect. It does become very similar to that, like the beam skills, where as soon as it becomes so big, it doesn't matter where you are looking, you will hit things with it, which is really, really fun and fantastic as well. So let's see where we go. We do have to take damage though, because with thrust skills you do have to be close to the bosses. You don't have all of that juicy area of effect just yet, and we don't have that juicy cast frequency for the Radiant Light yet either. Okay, let's go for some cast frequency on that. There is a recklessness with a nice epic expansive. We don't need that much more area of effect on it. It's got quite a lot already. Swift is fantastic. And then we're going to re-roll there because we don't actually want anything. We're actually going to banish everything with eviscerate. And we need some movement speed and then cast frequency on Jupiter Spear. So every time I see something for eviscerate, I am going to banish it. I want absolutely nothing to do with that skill. It is terrible. The fact that it removes bleed stacks and then only deals damage, and then you also have to hit them from behind, I think it was. Yes, yeah, you have to hit them from behind. So very stupid for that. I mean, the concept is great and interesting and makes you have to try and, you know, center yourself or try and, you know, make sure you're standing in the right places or that your pathing is in a specific way or something like that to try and get behind bosses. But in reality, it is very, very difficult. You can see how quickly the bosses turn in high curse. So getting behind them without having the skill Smoke Bomb is next to nearly impossible, and therefore it's just a really stupid skill to get on what we're currently building. Alright, let's get some more potency on there and more area of effect. Why not? We did get some juicy cast frequency, which is going to help us a lot, and we can just keep going from there. We did pick up another Draconic Flame, which is fantastic as well. It looks like it's for us, it's been showing up every time we have a boss fight. I may have used that boss fight a bit too late. And also you can see that there is just way so much on our screen right now. We've had our graphics on a bit too high, unfortunately, so sorry about all of that, guys. We've just had way too much on the screen. Now at least we can just see like a shadow, and we have become the Shadow Jitsu Master because we get rid of the graphics. Get it? Get it? No? Okay. Anyway, let's keep going forward from here. Ooh, 2 Prophetess and 2 Gammoth. That is a very interesting selection of bosses. not the most difficult, but definitely irritating enough. We do get a hypothermia over here. I don't even remember taking a touch of ice, but I must have just taken one just for the shits of it. And then we landed up being lucky and getting ourselves that nice touch of, that nice hypothermia. So that's fantastic. Crits can stay at 85 until we find a better one, like a bigger one to put us at 100%. When we get like a rare one or an uncommon one, then it would be better. It's just worth a lot more. 85 and 90% really aren't that far off from each other to have to worry about grabbing 5%. And then we are now just running around trying to survive because we are very low on life, and any hit is going to bring us quite down. So please just die for me. That would be fantastic. There we go. Great. It's so nice when they listen like that. Alright, I don't think we are able to find any life anywhere, but we are going to go and get rid of all the AoEs. Our Radiant Light is up permanently now as well, which is fantastic because now we're just going to be stacking a whole whack of exposed. We do have a crystal there, but no life. We are picking up life when we level up though, luckily. And we've got our Draconic Flame here now, so we kind of have to stick around this area for when the final boss fight occurs, which is going to be extremely soon. So let's just stick around here, grab ourselves some more fiery orbs, why not? It's just a little bit more of a defensive skill or passive, so if we do get hit or if things run into us like those explosive goblins, we do have a little bit of a answer to them jumping on our faces. Okay, so grab that. Stay close to the bosses so that Draconic Flame does go for them. Stay away from the Fallen King so that we don't have to worry about him spinning on our face. There's one dead. Probably the worst one dead first. We died to Alexi over there. Alexis. Don't know how you would pronounce his name properly. Not that that really matters. We'll just call him the Chaos Bringer. It's so much easier. So we did unfortunately die to his Chaos Bomb, which is unfortunate. I really want a cluster grenade like that, where ours is the whole screen as well. You know, how come the boss gets this cluster grenade that can completely mess you over, but we can't as players? But anyway, there it goes. Pretty sure Jupiter Spear doing the most amount of damage. Huge amounts of damage coming from Jupiter Spear. Eviscerate doing 7 million damage with 0 upgrades in it. Everything upgrade that it got came from other upgrades to Thrust, so that's ridiculous actually. Maybe Eviscerate is a lot stronger than what we give it credit for, as long as you do bleed damage, but we didn't even have Brutal Strike there. We only had the damage from a Sinister Strike, which is 0.3 second cooldown, I might add. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.